Welcome back everyone to my low-level playthrough of Chrono Trigger on the Wii Virtual Console. Last episode, we defeated Azala and her pet Tyranno, the Black Tyranno. Well, mainly Alia did. Marley basically defeated Azala with magic, and then Alia used her fist to knock out the Black Tyranno. And that's basically going to end the human-reptile war here. And Azala was basically saying that, basically things, even though we've won, that things are going to be really tough for the humans because a star is about to crash down onto the planet, and that's going to bring about an ice age. So yeah, the reptiles are pretty advanced. I mean, they have this castle. They can, foretell movements of the stars. They knew that this was coming. So, ancient civilizations. Maybe they're the ones who built the pyramids and all that, because they seem pretty advanced. But now this meteorite that falls is actually Lavos. So we're going to learn the origin of Lavos. And Lavos is going to get his name from Alia. Now we thought Lavos was created in 600 AD by Magus, but then Magus said, no, I just summoned him. Now we know Magus arrived on Earth in 65 million BC. And here comes Kino with the dactyls to go take us to safety. Alia is going to offer Azala opportunity to escape, but Azala's like, nope, the gods have spoken, basically. We were supposed to, lose. But, it's not the end of the reptiles that we'll see. I guess you can say it's the end of the reptiles, their civilization. But there's a side quest later on where there'll be some more reptiles and some remnants of the reptile castle here. Much further in the future. So we leave. Lavos strikes directly where the reptile's lair was, the Tyranno lair. And we managed to escape on the dactyls. You get this interesting scene. We think, well, hey, Lavos just crashed here on Earth. Maybe now we have time to go fight him and see if we can eliminate the threat that we know he's going to pose millions of years into the future. But unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately, we don't get to fight Lavos. Because even though we will fight Lavos at the levels that we currently are at right now, we don't have the techniques necessary to defeat Lavos. The techniques and equipment that we're going to need. I'm going to be getting the techniques soon because in a few episodes we will be getting that wallet which transforms experience into gold pieces. So we'll actually start being able to fight and get tech points to learn all those techniques and make our characters pretty overpowered. So Azala basically said that, an ice age is going to be coming. And that's basically where we're heading to, right through this gate. But it's a neat little spin on the ice age. Because in addition to just being Earth frozen under snow, there's also going to be a magical kingdom. And this is where we learn about basically the origins of magic. And it basically ties a whole bunch of stuff together. So here's our final levels, our final experience levels. As you can see. So there's not much to do here right now. If you go over to the left here, there's an earthbound cave. There's a mountain there. That's going to be a dungeon in the future. But we can't go up and see where the Earthmen are living, because that ladder's not there. You just got all these empty mountains. None of them are accessible. So you're just wandering around. Eventually over to the east, we will see this, basically a magical skyway. Looks very advanced. Nothing over here. So we're forced to head into this contraption here, the skyway. That's going to warp us all the way up into the sky, to the magical kingdom of Zeal. It's basically a paradise floating in the world. It says, Enhancer? This is the eternal kingdom of Zeal, where dreams can come true, but at what price? Now there's these books here. You open them in a certain order, and we'll learn the order in another town. But they lead to secret areas. We don't want to do a secret area in here because it requires a fight, and obviously we don't want experience in that fight. We don't want to actually do this fight until, you know, we get that wallet. But hey, we got these creatures that look like Mass and Mune running around. We'll actually run into Mass and Mune. This is where their origin comes from. So yeah, so much of the game and the plot are all tied into Zeal here. It's going to tie all these Lavos and all these dimensions and so much of the stuff we've already done all together. But one nice little bow on this package. So I'm just going to enter in and out, get the 3 different dialogue options from this little doll here. You can say you don't believe in fate, you don't have time for the nonsense, or you believe in fate. Fate is a big thing in the sequel to this game, Chrono Cross. But it's like that's like the save points are. They're like fate points, and they kind of apparently lead you to your destiny. There's the other city of Kajar, the airship Blackbird. We'll be on visiting some of them. Well, we're visiting all of them, but we won't actually go much into the Blackbird. That'll be a future dungeon later on. We get some stuff here. Hey, there's that like little pyramid that was in the earth north of Medina Village. There was that. We're gonna find a way to eventually unlock that pyramid. Not much further in the future. So, say we got a few more episodes. Let's buy a few things here. Here's a kid. We're gonna learn more about this kid. This kid is very important. And he's going to give us a prophecy. You could say he's a prophet in a sense. And one of us is going to perish. Alright. Well, we can't really rely on that. We got the wall to save, so. What's in the North Palace? We'll be going to the North Palace then. These, I didn't have to worry about using a shelter or an inn or anything like that, because those little blue tiles, those blue circles, they are basically free inns. They heal your hit points and magic points, your tech points. So now we gotta jump down, back to the earth, find another one of these sky bridges. I guess they couldn't build actual bridges between the islands for whatever reason. There's a cave up there. We can't visit it yet, but it's going to be tied into an item we're going to learn about in this next city. So we warp back up to Zeal. Now on the big island there. Here's the Blackbird that we were told about. It's basically a big flying airship. Because what Square game isn't complete without an airship? All the Final Fantasies and everything. Here's a guy who's going to be a thorn in our side, a reoccurring villain, Dalton. He's also apparently one of the reasons a villain in the sequel as well. Or stuff he does off screen helps dictate the plot of the sequel. So we had the City of Dreams, and now we have the City of Magic here. Now, basically, we haven't met any of them because remember that ladder was down in their cave. Basically, like, the world is divided into two groups of people. We have the Oathbound people, and the Oathbound people live on the Oath, as their name implies, and they cannot use magic. And then we got this whole bunch of people who are, I guess, the Blessed, the upper class, and they can use magic, and they live here in the sky. We've been seeing a lot of Janice. Janice is the kid who basically told us that one of us was going to die. And apparently they're like, he's a prince. So, and he has an older sister, Shala. She's very important in the sequel as well. This is where we learn about where the magic tabs and stuff come from. Those tabs that raise our stats. So I guess people are born with an innate magic power, but this guy's creating these tabs that will eventually allow people to raise their power. Here's a moonstone. That's going to be another side quest item later on. And that's related to the sunstone here. So this is the order you make the books. You have to open the water book first, then you open the wind book, and then you open the fire book. And if you do that in that particular order, you'll get like a secret room in both this city and then the other town we were at. So there's that one new up there who ain't doing anything. We're going to come back and visit him in a little bit. Goes of lifetime and reason. There's a speed tab hidden over there. We'll grab it. Ocean Palace. Now, how are these people getting all this power? Well, we'll learn. Balthazar. He is one of the gurus. We could have actually, we have met two of the gurus actually. We could have met the third one as well. If you were just doing a normal playthrough of this game, you probably would have met all three gurus, although you don't really know that they are the three gurus at the time. So this is where this lady talks about the distinct classes, Oathbound and the magical people. So there's water. We hit water. And remember, water summons wind. Open the wind book here. And wind makes fire dance. Let's open the fire book here. And that opens up a secret passageway here. And here's this new. He just sells regular stuff. He says eventually he has these load shields. That's like the equivalent of those barriers that we had in Magus's castle, where it reduced the magic by damage by a third. Those lodestones will reduce physical damage by a third. And that'll be like viable later on. We could go in here because we got this black rock. Now the black rock is an accessory that allows certain characters to perform a triple technique. Normally characters can only perform triple techniques with Chrono in the party, but certain sets of 3 characters will be able to perform triple techniques if they have certain rocks equipped. And that is one of them, the black rock. There's like a gold rock, a silver rock, a white rock. We'll end up collecting all of them then. Triple tech's not too useful though, but I'll show them all off. And here we're heading into Azala Palace. But we're not going to do much in here, because there's so many people in here to talk to, so many events happen. But I just wanted to stop here real quick, because I want to see this new here real quick. Because this new asks us to scratch his back. And we discover the new secret scratch point. And remember when we were back in Kujar, the magical city? Well, there was that one new there that was hiding with his back to us. He wouldn't talk to us at all. But now that we know the magical scratching point of the new, we can go back and interact with that new. Scratch him on the back. And that one scientist said that the news are naughty and they like to play tricks and pranks and hide magic tabs. So this is a way we can get a free magic tab by going back and scratching this news back. Let's go scratch it back. He's gonna cough up one of these magic tabs for us. If you haven't got it, remember there's a speed tab in the lower right corner there. Grab that. Alrighty. Unfortunately, we can't keep scratching his back. Well, he could keep scratching his back, but he's not going to keep coughing up magic tabs. Boo. Alrighty. So now we're going to head back to Zeal Palace. And like I said, we have a lot of plot to uncover there. So we'll hold off on that. One thing we talked about there, we saw in the Black Rock Room, was they talked about a magic red stone. Well, we learned about the magic red stone. That's the dream stone that Alia had, and it was used to forge the Mazmune. So we'll learn more about the Mazmune and stuff and that red stone later on here. Probably in Zeal Palace in our next episode. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. I'll see you then. Bye.